ग्लोबल आइएमए बैंक, सबैका लागि बैंक।
अमेरिकन रेड क्रसको सहयोगमा दुईटा जिल्लाहरू खास गरी बाँके र रूपन्देही जिल्लाहरूमा हिट एक्सनसँग सम्बन्धित भएर समुदायलाई कसरी यो तातो हावाबाट बचाउने भन्ने कुराहरू हामीले केही भिडियो मार्फत पनि यहाँहरू बिचमा प्रस्तुत गर्यौँ। त्यो प्रस्तुतिले हाम्रा त्यति दुईटा जिल्ला मात्रै हामीलाई तातो हावाले प्रभावित भएको जिल्ला भनेर मान्न सकिँदैन। हाम्रा थुप्रै जिल्लाहरू, तराईका थुप्रै भूभागका जिल्लाहरू, क्षेत्रहरू छन्। त्यसकारण ती सबै क्षेत्रहरूमा हाम्रो सहयोग, हाम्रो नेपाल सरकारको रणनीतिक सहयोगको आवश्यकता छ। यो रणनीतिक सहयोगले आउँदा दिनहरूमा हाम्रो जिल्लाहरू पनि थुप्रै कभरेज भएर आजको आउँदा दिनहरूमा अर्थात् चौथो संस्करणको संवादसम्म पुग्दा हामीले थुप्रै जिल्लाका अनुभवहरू, थुप्रै जिल्लालाई समुदायहरूलाई सहयोग गरेका थुप्रै सक्सेस स्टोरीहरू हामी यो संवादमा प्रस्तुत गर्ने मौका पाउनेछौँ भन्ने पनि मैले विश्वास गरेको छु। साझेदार संस्थाहरूले हिट एक्सनलाई अलिकति प्राथमिकता साथ आउँदा दिनहरूमा आफ्ना कार्यक्रमहरूमा समाहित गर्नुहुनेछ र यी समाहित भएका कार्यक्रमहरूलाई नेपाल सरकारले पनि अन गर्नेछ अथवा नेपाल सरकारले पनि हामीलाई गाइड गर्नेछ भन्ने पनि हामीले विश्वास गरेका छौँ।
Based on our last report, and also we are trying to publish the new report on the climate trend as well as our future projection, which shows increasing the number of heat days, consecutive number of heat days, as well as the future, the same trend in future. We have been experiencing since early 2000 in more than 40 stations the previous record has been broken, and in last 5 years it has been even overwhelming. So in that sense, DHM is already planning to have working on how do we monitor it, how do we collaborate it with our various partners so that we can make forecast, or provide information to the or early warning to the community, to the various stakeholders, so that various measures, precautionary measures can be taken and impact on the livelihood as well as in the economy can be reduced. So in that aspect, so DHM is working on the technical aspect, developing the threshold, as previously we used to only compare with the normal, whether it's above normal or below normal. Now we have been trying to work in the percentile, which means which will be different for different localities, not only in the Tarai region but also in the mountain region as well as in the high mountains region. So other than that, we have been working on the how do we make forecast, whether we can make seasonal forecast or so that the anticipatory actions and precautions can be taken. Since last few years, we have been working with Red Cross and various NGOs to issue the impact-based forecasting on the heat wave, working with, as I've said, working with Red Cross. Now we have been working in 3 regions, and now we have been working for the Madhya Pradesh as well. In 2 districts, we have been piloting impact-based forecast on the heat wave. So we want to so that not only in the indoor but for the various aspects. For example, if there is a heat wave, there could be the issue, or there needs to be a preparation for the energy management. How do we manage the demand on energy? How do we manage the demand on water resources, and how that will affect the agriculture and health, and also the occupational health? How that will decrease our productivity in workplace. So that is also another aspect, and not only in the temperature, but various dimensions of the heat aspect, whether it will be windy or not, whether there will be high humidity or not. So that will also affect. So from the scientific aspect to the impact aspect, so DHM is working on it. And we are closely working with NDRMS for the heat action plan as well. So this year, the monsoon, we have already published the monsoon, how the monsoon is going to be, which shows the below normal rainfall. So in that sense, that means we may expect heat waves or hot days. And so we are closely monitoring on that, and we will issue whenever necessary. And we have already, this year we have already issued heat wave for the far western and Lumini Pradesh on the heat wave and hot days. So this program, the organizers and Red Cross have organized in the right time, and the action day for the creating the awareness for the preparedness, not only in the indoor aspect but in the various sectors as well, which will definitely impact the public and public service. We already have, DHM already have hydrology and meteorology policy approved by the government of Nepal. We are planning to publish or prepare the Act, Hydrology and Meteorology Act. So this, the information from this kind of collaboration, this kind of platform, the pilot projects that you have been doing will be very helpful to while we draft these acts. Also, DHM is also planning to prepare the National Framework for Climate Services, which means the various services for the various stakeholders, for example, health, tourism, energy, water resources, agriculture, and disaster risk reduction. So mainly in these six aspects now we are focusing on.
यो अर्ली मर्निङ फर अल हामीले यसमा यो मेकानिजम यसको मार्गदर्शन तयार गरेर मार्गचित्र तयार भइसकेको छ र यो स्वीकृति पनि भइसकेको छ। यसमा पनि यो हिट वेभको विषयलाई मन्त्रालयले संलग्न गरेर यो विषयलाई प्राथमिकताका साथ हामीले हाम्रो नीतिगत मार्गदर्शनमा हामीले स्वीकृत गरिसकेको विषय मैले यहाँहरु समक्ष राख्न चाहन्छु। त्यसैगरी अहिले जति पनि विकास सहायता र यो क्लाइमेट चेन्जका सन्दर्भमा जति पनि विषयगत मन्त्रालयहरु हुनुहुन्छ, यहाँ हामी दुईवटा मन्त्रालयको मात्र प्रतिनिधिले यहाँ कुरा अगाडि कीनोटको रूपमा राख्ने अवसर मिल्यो। यद्यपि यहाँ धेरै निकायबाट प्रतिनिधिहरु उपस्थित हुनुहुन्छ, त्यसकारण जति पनि विषयगत मन्त्रालयहरु यो क्लाइमेट चेन्ज र डिजास्टरका सन्दर्भमा हामीले काम गरिरहेका छौं। सबै निकायहरुका तत्कालीन रणनीति, आवधिक आफ्ना योजनाहरु, दीर्घकालीन योजनाहरुमा यो क्रस कटिङ विषय भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि ती विषय त्यहाँका आफ्ना योजना, रणनीति र कार्यक्रममा पनि एउटा जोखिमयुक्त क्षेत्र पहिचान गरेर यसलाई यसको प्रभावलाई मिटिगेट गर्ने गरी विभिन्न सरकारी निकाय र ले विभिन्न सहायता संस्थाहरुसँग पनि काम गरिरहेको अवस्था छ। पछिल्लो समय केही शहरहरुमा विशेष गरी तराईका क्षेत्रमा यो बढ्दै गरेको तातो लुको प्रभावलाई कम गर्न आवश्यक पूर्व तयारी गर्नको लागि जिल्ला सुरक्षा समिति, त्यहाँको प्रदेश आपतकालीन कार्य सञ्चालन केन्द्र, हाम्रो जिल्लाका आपतकालीन कार्य सञ्चालन केन्द्रहरुलाई स्थानीय आपतकालीन कार्य सञ्चालन केन्द्रहरुसँग जोड्ने र यसको पूर्व कार्य गर्नको लागि मन्त्रालयले निरन्तर रूपमा कार्य गर्दै आएको छ र यो विषय यहाँहरु समक्ष मैले पुनः जानकारी गराउँदाखेरि मलाई पनि एउटा गर्वको महसुस भएको छ। मैले जति पनि यहाँ विषयहरु मभन्दा अगाडि बोल्ने व्यक्तित्वहरुले राखिसक्नु भएको छ, राख्नु भएको छ, यी विषयहरु आफैमा पर्याप्त छैनन्। हामी पनि इभन सरकारी निकायहरु लामो समय नीतिगत प्रयास गर्दै जाँदाखेरि हाम्रा प्रयासबाट हामीले पनि सिक्ने, त्यसबाट तपाईहरुबाट पृष्ठपोषण लिने, पब्लिकबाट पृष्ठपोषण लिने र ती पृष्ठपोषणलाई आगामी दिनमा तर्जुमा हुने यी कार्यक्रमहरुलाई अथवा ती नीतिगत विषयहरुलाई सम्बोधन गर्ने र त्यसलाई करेक्सन गर्ने एउटा निरन्तरको सहकार्य, निरन्तरको एउटा प्रयास भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि आज यहाँ संवाद, यो अन्तर्क्रिया, यो श्रृंखलाबाट प्राप्त हुने सुझाव अथवा यहाँ उठेका विषयलाई पनि नेपाल सरकार गृह मन्त्रालयले आगामी दिनमा हुने हामीले इन्ट्रोड्युस गर्ने कार्यक्रम, हामीले तर्जुमा गर्ने नीतिगत विषयहरूमा यी विषयहरूलाई उठान गर्ने प्रयास गर्नेछौँ।
We'll hear from our madam from DHM that we are working on percentile of heat wave, action and others, but we have to move towards the physiographic region. What is heat wave for Tarai and what is heat wave for the mid-hill valleys, for example, Damauli or other part of Nepal? So we have to specify that where we need research and innovation. And then if we just only go on that particular threshold, what about our sectoral database? How it will impact in different sectors, starting from public health to the agriculture to the to other sector where people are really depending on their livelihood. So that's why the today's focus on indoor heat, how we deal these things. For example, the school children who are studying on the zinc roof in the flatland of Tarai facing the indoor heat problem. Are we monitoring the temperature increase? Are we monitoring the moisture and other humidity on that area? Still, there are very few initiatives. Some of the organizations have been already working in that direction, but we have a long way to go. Unless and until we don't do that, then this blanket approach of threshold cannot be sufficient to address the heat wave in this country. The most important thing is that how can we develop low-cost technology, low-cost sensors to monitor extensively when we have a big data, and then we can use different kind of machine learning or AI for heat wave impact, to understand the impact of heat waves in this country and beyond. The most important thing, we are not considering the occupational health impact, what we called occupational health strategy or the initiative that different countries have been already working, and Nepal we are not able to consider that. So we have to go on that direction. For example, instead of engineering, in Trivandrum University, we are very good human resources to do that. We have very bright students. You will see later on the MIST booth developed by our institution who are studying Masters in Disaster Risk Engineering and Management. So we have to train the new generation in the university and beyond so that the process and the initiative what we are trying to build will make some differences.